Hello humans. Today I am going to tell you the rules for the upcoming Deathless challenge of the game. You might think it's as simple as don't die, but sadly there is a required death when you first face Seath the Scaleless, so I've changed the rule to once I am human I am not allowed to be hollow again. Of course that leads us to our second rule, I must become human as soon as I can. Now you may be thinking, how does this rule change make up for Seath? Well, the third rule is rare rings of unbreaking are only allowed when you first meet Seath. That means when Seath has to kill us we won't lose any humanity or turn hollow. We also make progress, so I personally say it doesn't count. But just to be safe, our fourth rule is that Seath must be left as late as possible. That means once I beat him I should be able to move straight on to the last boss. Now of course I'm also doing this in recording and not live, so to prove to you that I'm not cheating and just cutting out my deaths. The last rule is I must try to maintain 10 humanity. This means at the beginning any humanity I get has to be eaten until I hit 10. I was planning on just permanently eating humanity to show progress, but since eating humanity heals me I felt I should leave myself that option for some of the harder bosses in this game, like O and S. I also have a secret rule I've set myself for this challenge, let's see if you can guess it. Now then, moving on, I figured I would let you know what some of my plans are and what parts I am most dreading dealing with. If you just came for rules, here's a good place to get off. And if you want to see the character I have planned and don't want any spoilers, skip to this time in the video. Now for the biggest part that I'm afraid of facing, it's got to be the archers in Anor. Getting past them in one go has always been hard, and I honestly don't know how others make it look so easy. My first idea is to try to use some archery of my own and snipe the one blocking my way. But to be extra safe, in case my arrows won't reach them, I'll be taking a high-level pyro flame with me with great combustion. That should do the trick. Of course I'll also need to be able to upgrade my flame a little, so I've got to rescue the swamp pyro from the chopping block. That means fighting Capra, so I'm going to try to do the bomb trick for them. It will be my first time doing that, so I might mess it up. To help me get the souls I need, I'll be taking on Pinwheel once I get a divine weapon so I can get the Silver Serpent ring. The divine weapon will also help in the Grave Lord boss, since I won't have to deal with any skellies. I can also get my fave weapon in the game. 3 guesses for what that is. O and S are probably my next big issue. But with ranged spells they should be a lot easier. Since I already need to get Swamp Boy, I'll go rescue Greg along the way to get some good spells. Speaking of good spells, Dusk sells a wonderful catalyst that will be very useful to us. Now when to rescue her? Most of the other hard bosses I can probably tank with the stone armor, leaving only the Bed of Chaos as a problem. But I honestly don't see any way to improve my odds there. So moving on. This is the character I plan on using. I have named them Reaper since the Reaper takes all souls except their own. I'll let you bask in my creation while you still can. Have fun.